And this goes up to the wargaming community. Check this out. Hey, your games that players don't rig. Check this out. So no racist threats or anything like that, right? From non-English speaking players talking in, not English in the NA server, right? Check this out. Check how many illegal activities we have in this game. All right. Number one, we're gonna have one, two, three, four, five. Those three over there. Right away, the FB is gonna give away the game. He's gonna die. All right. Someone in here is gonna call me a rat because of what I've been saying about the game. In Spanish, they're gonna say, "Oh, fucking rat," like that, right? Notice the game tactics that they're using. They're acting like they're doing something, right? But they're not. Notice this guy, right? So we got one player that he goes this way, okay, disappears, but then look at my look at the team that's on this side. I'm gonna show you two videos, all right, and then I'm gonna show you proof that these players are rigging battles. Now look where I'm at, okay? Look what these players are doing. This guy's just camping right there, not moving into the thing. All right? See that? So we got more trolling accounts, more non-active players. You see that? So it's not me, guys. It's the players. And it's the game for not monitoring players like this that are not active. You know what I mean? They weren't even fighting. They weren't doing nothing. But you could see that, right? So then let's go to another battle. All right? Check this out. They don't want me to show that one. Damn. Well, good thing I got recordings of last night. It's gonna be awesome because I'm getting all these streamers are saying certain things, certain criteria that don't add up to what people see on the game, what players do on the game, and then when people see that, they end up saying, "Oh, well, it's not the players, it's the game. It's because of the game functions." Well, how is it that so many players know more about the not good game functions than the team? They're more entitled with the team without the team than the game functions. You know what I mean? So you could tell right away which players are going to be playing and which ones are not. And it's more proof to identify cheating tactics from players that know each other, sister clans. And this is something that's been going on for many, many years. And Wargaming knows about it, about these cheating tactics. Now, this is another interesting part. Wargaming says that there's certain things where players get highlighted or they get, what do you call it? There we go again. But anyways, where players are supposed to be spotted and blah blah blah, this and that, and it's just a whole bunch of nonsense scams, guys. See that? I know they're here. Why am I gonna pull out where they could see me? You know what I mean? and then that player is not doing what he's supposed to do. You know, so you could see how it looks, what rigged battles really do look like when players know each other from both sides. This is a known fact. See this? Watch. A known fact. You could tell fake and cheating skills from real skills and boosting accounts. Players that are not cheaters and not boosting accounts are going to act like a team. All right? Players that are cheating the game and cheating the game style and the mods, the motivation of the game is because of players rigging battles and not having an idea of what really is to have in skills. So this is another upset thing where you see players that think that they just because they know players from the other side that they're going to get handoffs like in other players like in other games that you see. So how is it that there's other streamers that say that it's skills, right? But then I make a stream with players that are in sync, that are going. Now, this is the rules of the economics of the game. You have to go in sync together to help each other move and get to know the battles. But so far, the players are saying that it's a skill issue, but it's not. It's a skill issue amongst players, not the game. The game is already made up its rules. Players are just mimicking them into something different, or like making them look like it's almost the same thing, but it's not. So it makes other players that are rigging battles look like if they really know what they're doing. When you have sometimes you also have players that know how to move around the map. They take advantage, guys, of the whole map. You know what I mean? So I just don't get it. I mean, I don't understand. How is that a game company gonna set rules and say that they monitor the games and the battles, but yet we don't see no credits back in our garage? Or like me, I know I get a lot of ban from chat, but then I mean I know that that's easily like not a consideration for like a bad player or anything like that. Now when you have players that are saying, in Spanish, pinche rata, that in Spanish, that word itself is just a bad word in Spanish in my culture. So knowing that, and then for Wargaming to say that they monitorize these games and say that there's no bad language approval in the game, but yet we see different. What does that tell you about the monitoration or the safety of players' well-being? That's why that happened to Doodles. Because little players are not being monitorized of what they were doing during these consultations of battles. Now, if these were having a consultation person monitoring the game, these hiccups will not be inspiring into the game and drowning the game for what it looks like and for what it is. See that? See how easy it is to rig a battle when you have players that are doing this? It's easy to see how rigged the games are when you have inactive players just going after harassing one player because of what I'm exposing within the game. So how is that? How is that I score more points being and then knowing there's a Brew 1 again, the clan Grims, which is another cheating clan. All these cheating clans are getting together now because of their scam ways, their non-active cheating tactics. This is supposed to be a player that is supposed to giving support to a team. Okay, did it look like they closed the gap? No, they went all the way around. This clan right here, this clan member from these clans, this is what they do. Brew 1 clan. They're all about cheating, making multiple accounts in one server. And I know that for a fact. Toymaker cannot hide all this time. He acts like an honest guy, but he's not. Then you got other players in the back that are not active. Super Hellcat, all this other stuff. So it's easy to see how rigged it could be when you have friends, sister clans, that are playing each other. No one's collecting the base. No one's trying to do nothing. The Hellcat's not trying to stop the base from being captured, nothing. So you could see that only this player will only point share with players that he knows and the players that he's played with before. That way he could point sharing. And this is another form of cheating tactics from players that know each other. So you could see why I put what I put, because there's so many boosting when this player obviously wasn't helping the team. But yet he has an enemy player going around in circles, giving them a time to play with him in the game. And this is what you consider a cheating rigged battle, tactically made by players that know each other from both sides. So wargaming, this is why I say that the monetization system and the economics that you supposedly put out there don't conspire to what players on the battlefield do. And it's an ongoing, this is what they say, it's a conspiracy theory, but it's not. It's not a conspiracy theory, because if other players see it, then that means that the proof is proven, or else it would have been shown different. And this is something that has been carried on and on and on. Now, if any other player, okay, so this is kind of like a semi-new tank. So me, my highest battle, right, in damage is 4417 with players that know what they're doing. That are not minding where I'm going, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, you know what I mean? And giving leeway to the enemy. This is what happens when you get a game that it shows you what you're capable of making in that tank, but the opposition of the players that are in the game are rigging, cheating tactics. So you could see that it's not a skill issue, it's more of a game phonics issue by, like I said, either the players or wargaming, until wargaming fixes this issue and rids these players out of the game and not look at it like they're going to lose income. And I guarantee you there'll be more income to gain, because that'll give more opportunity to players having to, proof of accounts. You know what I mean? So there's another way to cheat the system too, just by saying that you linking accounts. And I'm this one friend of mine that doesn't want to be known out there. He's told me that you could do certain things where the account doesn't have to be registered with the phone number or date of birth, because there's a system that lets you bind that, and the games can't make you do that just to play their game or to gamble in it. So yeah, there's a structure that Wargaming's trying to create, and it's not working for them. Point blank said, if Wargaming puts on hands monitoration on the ground, then all these rigged battles will stop. And I guarantee you'll see better skill play, better gameplay, and better players acting in sync with each other, trying to get points and finish a game in the right manner. Now, if you don't have those combinations, guess what? The game will not succeed. The game will not succeed. Notice my team back there. Notice that one player there. Notice how I got spotted, and he tried to avoid the obvious, guys. He tried to avoid the obvious. So you could see that games like this are rigged. Players knowing where they're going. And this is a known cheating tactic that players are trying to abuse within the game. See that? So they're trying to flank us, but they ain't gonna do it. See that? More from the big cowboy Grim. Apparently helping, but just rolling around, not doing nothing. Just collecting points and then they exit. Check it out. See that? Same person that I called out with teams and rigged accounts, cheating accounts, are the biggest one right here. Grim Clan is one of the biggest rigging clans with multiple players with multiple accounts and cheating tactics. And they have a branch of clans that they have players in each clan, like going into battles, going in. This is another thing, guys. Grim was the first one to make spies to go into the other people's clans and to determine like how to beat them. And they'll position one player in tournaments. That way they could have a leeway into cheating, into the game, into the tournament. What do you call it, challenges? And this I know, big time I know. So it was Brew One, was the Aster, Grim, and all these clans are starting to go. Now, Grim has been out there for a while, and this I know. So I'm not talking about nothing that I don't know from the NA server. This is a true fact. So Grim is one of the most scam, cheating, low down clans there is to be in, because all they do is just show every player how to cheat in the game.
How many monsters should I buy here too?
As many as you want. Maybe I'll make more money. And this is something that gamers are struggling with, like clans like that, sister clans of other clans, friends of other friends of other friends.
Stay. Stay.
Group, that's cool. Well, you don't think I could fight back, dude? I got enough gold too. Funny how you would think if you would play that game that much, you would know about those positions, right? But no, you don't have players helping in those positions and giving support for those positions. It's just play. Look at where my players are at. They see everybody's right here, and they're not helping. See that? Players over here by base one haven't left. Players at base A are not even moving in to close the gap. This is another form of a rigged cheating scam battle. There's no movement. There's no closing the gap between your enemy. There's nothing. There's just players just really point sharing within the battle. So there's no spotting. There's no nothing. There's no players helping each other to give each other the advantage, moving in certain positions. That way you could have a better clearance in shooting. There's nothing. There's none of that. There's all this dead still email just written right there, and this guy just going right here. He's trying to lead them this way, which is obvious, but these players are not really going to fall for it. You know what I mean? You could tell because T-34 was in that position where he already knew where players were going to be at the time. And then you got the Tiger, and this guy right here playing around, not really doing nothing with each other. So you got 2-on-1, and then you got these players not being active, closing the gap. So these are more cheating tactics, guys, evolving within the game with players being friends and with all that stuff. These are the things that players say that you have to have skills, but yet it shows different within sister clans. And there's a lot of sister clans in this game. A lot. Wargaming, they know they let this happen. And I'll say this. But they're only doing for their you see, and this is the thing where it bit them in the ass. The only reason why they didn't act on it so fast is because they thought that their players would be sending in reports and not trying to rig the games and have a structure that in that form. Because the game does have a cheating structure. And the game rules don't apply with the structure of the game, you know, the way it's played. You know, we all see that. The percentages on players, inactive players, what do you call it? Just rigged battles, just nothing but completely rigged scams. You know what I mean? So you could see two players knowing that there's going to be the whole team over here, right? The whole team over here. These guys are going to go all the way to C, okay? And then I'm going to get blocked by that player. You see? You see how the scam works? And these are supposed to be monetized games where players are supposed to be helping each other. Does that look like any help at all from any kind of players that are actually going to where all the team is going? No, they're going all the way around. They're still holding and not being active. More rigged battles, more cheating scams by players that know each other from both sides. Well, perfect example. Look at the map. Look where the players were all at. I mean, it was easy to see how rigged and how of a scam these games really are. Now, if players that are skilled, they're going to know this and they're going to call this bluff because these players over here on this side are waiting for a miracle to happen. Now, the closer I get, the more active they are. So that means that they're just going to be point sharing with the enemy and not really what do you call it, doing any kind of thing, anything. They're just going to be point sharing. They're going to be rigging battles so that way they could have the utmost. Now I'm getting gaming, which is always a thing when it has a game like this when I'm exposing it. All right. So all these players were right there, guys, and it took them that long. And actually, they're not letting me score. So this is actually from Wargaming itself. So you could see how much of scams these games really are. And I wasn't even spotted, and this player was actually just looking at me. You see how rigged it is? It's rigged, guys. It's all rigged. And that makes it more exposed about the game company and these players that are with me. You guys could see how much of a rigged battle this is from the NA server. Players do not help each other. They rig it because they're friends with each other, and it's fake skilled battles from the NA server. And there's a bunch of players doing this in battles in clans, so that way they could look like they belong to something important. So this is another form of cheating that in the rules, you know what I mean, it states, you know what I mean, players must be active in sync with each other and helping each other. Does that look at that? Does that look like an active player? No, it's only rigged battles because he's getting handoffs by players in the game, in the same team of mine. So yeah, guys, either it's like I said, wargaming or the players. But this one looks like it's both, right? And they say it's a conspiracy theory. How is that a conspiracy theory? How is that? All right. See that? How is that a conspiracy theory? Huh? So let's look for his Annie. Apparently he was using his Annie, right? And he was hitting those shots like perfect, right? So let's see. Let's see if they're not trying to rig this account. Let's just see. Okay? Really, guys? Really? This is his most played tanks. There you go. Those are his most played tanks. So he only has 9 battles in that one, which is more of a rigging account. 39 battles in that one. That's the highest battles he have in that. Damage, that's what he's made. But those are the battles that the experience that he has on the game with bigger tanks. Okay? That's the experience. That's the experience, guys. Look at that. Look at how much experience he has Okay, and he was top player. How was that? Let's see this guy Nitro. Let's see these rigged accounts, these so-called skilled accounts. All right. So these are his these are all rigged botting accounts, guys. All rigged botting accounts. That's all they're used for, botting. They're trying to fix each percent. That's what they're doing. You notice that there's not that much gameplay on them. You know why? Because they're botting. They're botting games. Look at that one. That one only has 6, and he's trying to keep it there. With each battle that he plays, he's trying to keep it there at a certain percentage. All right. So these are rigs. Oh my god! I don't know how much proof you need, Wargaming. These players need to be banned, and yeah, dealt with. Now, mind you, let's go check out something, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Let's get some insight. All right. Let's get some insight. Hold on. But let's see. Hold on. Where's that? Where's that video? I had a video. Yes, I do. Let's check out this video of these rules. All right. Let's check out these videos of the rules. So Wargaming says that they have rules, right? Well, here in one of my videos, all right, in one of my videos, I have the rules. All right. And this is something that I was talking about. And then this is another thing that I posted in October for more proof that they don't monitor. Here's the thing. See, we do not record or save players' replays. Do you have a saved file replay? You see that? There's one. All right. And then, hold on, let me show you that one where it shows the rules. Hold on, I think it's this one. Okay, so let me show you. Oh, no, that's another one. That's that guy that tried to get me on the spotlight and told Doodles and his little crew about me and about certain things. Now check this out. Unsportsmanlike. So this is the unsporting conduct. Team damage, AFK bots, or paroxysm, lack of action. So lack of action, guys. You see that? Lack of action. Other factors that increase toxicity levels, which is true. It does. It increases the toxicity because players are wanting you to be active and going in sync with teams and not rig with sister clans and join these falsely said players and streamers out there that are posting this false acronym about the game. It's not the game. It's the players and the clans they belong to. There's a lot of players that own clans that are sister clans to each other. So when they're in battle, they're in Discord, giving each other positions. What do you call it? Bodying scripts. So there's scripts, basically script battles, enabling players to save up in-game assets. So that means without playing themselves. You see? So I'm wrong, and they're right, right? But wargaming wants all this stuff to stop. But then you got players that are doing these type of actions. So how is that wargaming if these are your own rules throughout the whole game? Okay, the rules, the game main game rules for the game on tactics and on violations, which they should be the same. Improper name or nickname, you know what I mean? These are things, report them via offensive nicknames, clan names, opinion in the concept system. You see that? They want you to let them know your opinion. They want you to tell them about your opinion. And if my opinion doesn't count while I'm in battles, pointing it out, truth be told, then players are not going to take this serious. So there's a lot of stuff, guys, that these are the official rules of the game platform. All right? So they're stopping players from getting badges, finishing events, and these are a lot of players in different clans. And this is why that has to stop. They're not following from their own unfair and easy way to success that is a rigged agreement with other players. Rigged battles followed a whatever and a scenario of enemies and sometimes allied players. Come on, guys. What more proof do you need, wargaming? This is your own rules. But yet I'm getting what do you call it, unsportsmanlike conduct, and I'm getting what do you call it, provocative communication, where there's no bad in it, none whatsoever, guys, none. And I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy. I forgot. Hey, say hello to the bad guy, because you'll never meet a guy like me ever again. That's truthful, because I don't lie. There's only two things I got in this world. It's my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. Okay, so that way you guys can see that Berserker ain't playing around. This is their own words, their own game company words. All right? That's their own game company words, guys. Their own platform of the game phonics, of what things that are not supposed to be going on, things that the game system is supposed to be taking an eye on, things that they're reliable about, they're responsible. But yet all these players are turning the system on me. So how is that harassment by a game company? How is that not harassment by players that are rigging battles with fake skilled platforms in their account? How is that? All these players, non-active, not going in sync and not really doing any kind of correspondent, game planning or anything. Why? Because it's a rigged scam. It's players that know each other, knowing where they're going at all times. And this is a proven factor within the game and its components and the community and the phonics of these players. So if I was to get help, that player in back of me would come down and actually give me some help. But you don't see that. You see players rigging battles, players not being active, players being scum of the earth and helping their friends in battle, which is something that is known to do. See that? He gives away the game. That player straight out give away the game. The players know where the team is at. They got spotted earlier and now they're still there. They're not fixing their positions. They're not trying to trap them. They're letting the enemy trap them. So these are a perfect example of players that know each other and not really doing anything in the team, not really contributing to the team. All right, guys, you wanted those rules. There they are. The wargaming, eat it. You players that are cheating, get ready to get banned because it's coming.